The time has come for the lioness to tell her own story.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice. Rastafari.
This is Mama Thea of Asli Pure, and when I want to hear the story from the lion and the lioness, I listen to Lion Voice with Kwasi Bonsu.
Greetings. I'm Sister Aisha Diana Conwood, currently the Assistant Commissioner of Agriculture for the U.S. Virgin Islands. Time for the lioness to roar. You know, this is the lion's voice. Lioness, let's roar, lion pour.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Lamb's voice. Now put it, I Jollifer said that.
I'm Nana Faraka. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. She's like the flowers in my garden, and her heart has never hardened, and she give me loving in the morning. Babylon, you a go far without no warning. Black woman, I said I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could be my children's mother. But no struggle, so we both could help each other, and then I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could be my children's mother. But no struggle, so we both could help each other. Started in the village, now we in the city. Journey where we have together, everybody see. Spent a little time out in captivity. Babylon, their plan was to destroy the family. Still I want you to bring a child for me. Maybe in the spring when birds are sing lovely. Maybe we could plan to have a summer baby. I can be the man that you depend on. Put the pen to the paper, made a love song. Babylon, they separated us for so long, and the reason that they hated us was so wrong. Still,
what do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. And like himself, first rightful ruler. Hey yo, yeah. Hear them high, hear the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your life. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them comes without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them, in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come if you tell them, in a Toronto, straight at Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bonsu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney. I'm an author. I'm an artist. I'm an actionist. And right now, I am the host of Lion Talk Live. Welcome to Lion Talk Live and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lionesses are telling their own story. It is Women's History Month, March through April 3rd, and of course April 3rd is the Earth Strong of Empress Waziri Menen. So leading up to the Earth Strong, what we have done on the channel is to feature the voices of Rastafari women, conscious Pan-African women. So all month, all of the programming will feature sistren and sistren related topics. So we are going to be diving deep into, some of the concerns, and we're going to go to different regions, talk to different sistren. It's going to be a mighty, mighty month. So if you have not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. And if this is your first time joining, welcome to the fastest growing Rastafari platform on the planet. We are headed toward 30,000 subscribers. We're going to hit that by Friday. So you know what that means. We are going to be doing a special live for the Lion Pride to join us in the joy. And we're going to be featuring a very special guest for our 30,000 special edition episode. What sistren do you think we're going to feature for the 30? It's in March, so we have to do a sistren. 10,000 we did Muta Baruka, 20,000 we did Kabaka, 30,000. Who will be the feature? Put it in the comments if you can guess who we are going to feature for the 30,000 episode, special episode. We're very excited about that. But tonight, we have a very special guest. This one is very special to I, because we are encouraging young adult leadership. I don't say youth, because I am taking a militant stand, and some of my brethren are fight me out, but I'm taking a militant stand. For if you're a youth, you have to be under 20. I don't want no over 20 in the youth category no more. You know what I mean? I think times change, we evolve. When we're talking about Rastafari youth, it should be under 20. I think 20 to 40, we're talking about young adults. 40 to 60, we're talking about mature adults. 60 to 80, we're talking about elders, Rastafari elders, and 80 and above to I, that's the ancient days. We're all ancient days still, we know that, but me talk about in terms of what's going on. And I want to apologize in advance, because you might hear a little stuffiness and a little sniffle. I might have to go so, because allergy season in America, and we in DC have a thing named cherry blossom, and when the cherry blossom start blossom, if you have that allergy problems, and I have allergies, so forgive I as the goodie adjust. We have to go into some fasting and some different thing. Netty pot, the ones them who have allergy know the vibes. But yes, tonight, family, we have a young empress in her 20s. So we're going to reason with her and find out about her experience. She grew up in a Rastafari family. She's taken on leadership within the community space, and she's doing some powerful work. We're going to find out all about it. So if you are curious as to what is the trad like for a young adult Rastafari right now, what are the irids, what are the future that they see, what is the vision, tonight we are going to go there. So make sure you have on your ital snacks, make sure that you have on your meditation, make sure you're well comfortable,
because tonight is going to be one of those episodes that I know the global family will talk about, because we don't typically get to hear these type of voices. So I'm looking forward. But before we bring forward our guests for the evening, you don't know, we have to big up the greatest Rastafari online community on the planet. Who may talk the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. As I said, we're gonna hit 30,000, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. But it's not I'm just the conductor of the train. This is led by the IDEM. So I want to big up the IDEM. We just had someone join the Patreon today. Big up Pat Campbell, one of my mother's sister. My mother's out there campaigning for the platform right now. So big up mommy, and she watch every program. And call me and say, well, yeah, say, oh man, them thing that fix up your talk. I get lectures, you know what I mean? I want the item know, say, my mother and father still watch the platform and I get the lectures. So I try fix up my thing. Also, I want to big up Ras Ray, who joined the Patreon at the $85 a month level. Big up yourself, Ras Ray. I'm brethren from long time and doing some powerful work, and him, me buck him on the road and him say, brethren, what the I doing? I have to support. I hear the I calls and I have to support the I. So big up Ras Ray. And I have so much brethren I know want to support I. Just so much things happening, they don't get around it. So I keep on saying, family, if you love the platform, you want to see Rastafari, independent, non-aligned media, continue to elevate support. I'm not gonna hear and go on like say me too humble, and I'm not going. Cause I want be full time. We want hire staff. We want to take this thing to another level. So I want that support, and the only way to stay truly independent is when your audience is the main source of your funding. Collective security. We're getting to the size where we'll be able to get corporate sponsorship as well. But I don't want to depend on corporate sponsorship, family. That is, I'm an attorney. I know how to navigate the industry. But then when the corporate man don't feel like to sign your check because you're born a fire, your whole thing drop on ground. So it's better me build the model with the audience, with the item from beginning. So become part of the Patreon. Big up Brother John, who, if you didn't see his reasoning first strong, all of the Spanish Town family, one of the Spanish Town elder them where, trod the rocky road and fix up him life. We had that out of view first strong. He has come on board as part of our Ubuntu Lion Pride, and that is for people who give a one-time contribution of $70 or above. Also, I have to big up my brethren Ras Boo, a civil engineer, structural engineer here in the Washington, D.C. area, who has come on board as the Ubuntu Lion Pride. Two of my brethren, these are brethren I know from I was at university at Chad. And Rasbo is a man, I know his son used to play football for Howard, and so he's an elder, and my elders, when I see them on the road, them say, Ras, love what they are, do. Don't stop. Anything where you need, with there, you know what I mean? So have to big up the Ubuntu Lion Pride. You can become part. And you see, I changed the graphics. If you look at the beginning, I played at the end. We change up the Savannah grassland to make more room for names. And a fire, a burn upon the Savannah grassland with the lion them. Yeah, we get creative. Yeah, you know what I mean? So if you want to be part of the Ubuntu Lion Pride, just come in to the Ubuntu family. We're building something special here. This is history in the making. I'm not going to cease. I'm not going to stop. So become part of history. Is your name written there? And if you don't want support, go and support Rastafari TV. Go and support the Honorable Priest Isaac. Go and support Ija Stars. Go and support iYard Radio. Go and support Yard Reel. There are so many Rastafari platforms, but make sure you're supporting someone. The Elder Muta Baruka have his own platform. Go and support someone. We are in the Armageddon, Iowa, and we have to circulate our dollar. No one is coming to save us, and freedom is not free. So if we think that we are going to just consume our way to the victory, no, we have to invest. And becoming part of this platform is an investment in creating a Rastafari ecosystem where we get to control the narrative. And eventually we have to go buy some warehouses with servers. So even we don't have to rely on YouTube and these things, you know what I mean? But that's down the line, down the line. We use what we have, His Majesty model. He started with Boeing, airplanes and pilots until he could build Ethiopia airline with Ethiopian pilots and things. So you start where you are, no excuses. We just do what we have to do and we grow. Big up the Action Lion Pride. In February, over 1,200 and plus shares of the content on the platform. So the Action Lion Pride, well active family. And we can't do it without them. So big up every Action Lion Pride, those who may not invest money, but they like, they comment, they share, making sure that this goes far and wide. They are the reason, along with the economic engine, why we're the fastest growing Rastafari platform on the planet. Big up all of the Action Lion Pride man them and woman them from the four corners of creation. Also, I have to big up the Watch and Peep Lion Pride. Big up everyone who watches. We almost hit 50,000 views for the last 28 days. So we're growing, you know what I mean? Big up over 4,000 watch hours. People that watch the content. And for those who don't know, to monetize on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It takes people years to get that 4,000 watch hours. It's easier to get the subscribers than the watch hours. We are now doing that in 28 days. You know what I mean? So that's just a testament that the thing is soaking and the Lion Pride is watching. And one of the things I'm also saying is go forward, watch the playlist. We have a Rastafari woman playlist. So you can go and watch the older episodes and see what's going on. I want to just also give recognition. We lost another one of our elders, Elder Joe Cooper, who we interviewed here on the platform. We'll be putting up his episode in tribute, same way like we did for Mama Fire. And again, it's so important for us to capture these stories because the elders are passing. His family reach out to I, big up to the family of Joe Cooper. Condolences, and they say, Russ, if we can utilize even some of the footage, of course. And this is why we have to invest, because our elders are transitioning, and these are archives that are passing. So I mean, the work that I do here, I take it very serious, family, and really give thanks to each and every one who is doing the great work. Big up all of the soldiers them on the front lines. Big up the peoples them too. I see the peoples them getting more active. I see some negative comments creeping in, and as I say, I'm just putting out the warning. If you're negative, I don't mind if you disagree, but try fix up your talk and be respectful. If you come in with the name calling and them thing there, it'll get you banned eventually, because we don't want a low frequency on the platform. I'm a fireman, so I don't mind the disagreement. I don't mind if you fire it, man a man, you know what I mean? But when you come with a name calling regime, or you come with gossip, and you come with rumors, and you them thing there, I man don't tolerate. I am the conductor, and my thing is not a loosey-goosey vibration. This is a lion pride. Lion don't mix up with goose. So if you come with the loosey-goosey kind of vibration, like slack kind of, we're going to cut that off. So I'm just bigging up the peoples, but me also tell the people them, make sure you are respectful with your comments, because you will get banned. Big up everyone. And also, Ross Lidge, Rastafari business. If you have a Rastafari business service, my brethren Rastledge have, my Tumblr. Me love my brother. If you have a business, come and check we. We are taking in new sponsors. So if you want to join the fastest growing Rastafari platform as a Rastafari business, reach out so that we can see how we can work together and grow together. This is a platform for all of us. So um, feel free, you know what I mean? Big up Ras Wooley, CMOS Life. And I hear myself saying, my mother, I tell him I get a call from my mother after the show, she said, So I'm trying to fix up my thing, people. So just work with I, you know what I mean? Just work with I. All right, housekeeping out of the way. Lion Pride, this sister I met through one of my brethren, Rasabuki, who is no stranger to this channel. Rasabuki, Ras Eyeball, big up on yourself, Life Yard family. These brothers who are doing, I'm inspired by these brothers and the work that they are doing. And from Sabuki, give I the link. Me know say the sister in solid, because I'm not bring nobody to I when not solid. You know what I mean? So from I met the sister and I know say she's solid. And just seeing how she move, how she conduct herself. Impressed, that the younger generation is still there rising, still a hold it. And so, we're happy to use the platform to highlight our young people and to elevate them so that the family can know and other young people can see that there's space for them in this movement for our young adults. And again, I don't say youth, this is not a youth. Under 20s youth 5. You know what I mean? I know there's pushback. I know I'm a rebel, but I just saw me grow, I saw me grow. So, Lion Pride, give I a warm welcome as we welcome the Royal Princess Empress Tiana. Welcome. Hold on there. Hold on there. Greeting my producers is not here. Unmute yourself there.
Yes, I.
Royal
Blessed
greetings.
light and divine gratitude.
Yes, royal blessings. It's a joy to be able to welcome the eye to the Lion Voice platform. We're going to get right into our customary um, reasoning, which is I want the eye to take some time and step into the ieritical lion talk time machine and take us to the moment of the eye birth. Tell us where you were born, and what I mean, give us the setting of your origin story. We want to know your origin story.
Blessed love, Jack people. So, once again, Empress Tiana. Um, I was born in Kingston at Victoria Jubilee Hospital. Um, I was raised in St. Elizabeth for about, baby stage to early primary school stage. I moved back to Kingston and thing. My dad is from St. Elizabeth, my mom is from St. Anne, but we moved to Kingston. Um, yes, I did grow up in a Rastafari also. Um, as the teaching wasn't so strong, but the faith was still there. We're still grounded. We did still adapt to certain liberty as it relates to the eating, liberty, the ital eatings. We were able to attend, Rastafari gatherings, ceremonies, um, Mutabaruka talks. We went to farmers market. I can always remember two food spots was our favorite, Osa Dread and Ibos Spice on Orange Street, since that's close to where we're from in Kingston here. So yes, as much as the teaching wasn't so strong, we were always so, you know, grounded, as I mentioned earlier. We were still so much curious and wanted to know more about the trad, because I can always remember I always feel so fulfilled whenever I surround myself around with a Rastafari lion or lionesses. I can just always know that this is the space that I want to be in. This is the chat that I want to chat on, because the liberty is just so, it's just so natural. It's just so natural. Walking on the trad and just hearing some of the reasoning here, oh, the words, oh, we
Yes.
kind of change up the words in a little way. We build up our own words and thing. How we always blazing the fire whenever it's necessary and never, stepping down, never ever at all. So since I get older and more responsible for myself,
Stick a pin. What
I
community in Jamaica, in Kingston, did you grow up in?
Sliping Road, it's
Okay.
between Africa and downtown.
What is there another name for that community for ones who?
Um, Iron Street,
Okay. So
Iron
this is
Street,
this is downtown Kingston.
yeah,
Yes,
our
yes.
Crossroads.
Crossroad. So are you near to Alvernia Prep School?
Alvernia. Yes, that's on Retirement Road, if I'm correct.
Might be, yes, yes. I asked,
Across from St. Mary.
I think so. My brother went to that school, which is why I asked the eye.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm familiar with that area.
okay,
Yes,
okay. Um, and that area is that a volatile community as in relates to violence and certain vibration.
yes, I. The only good thing about it is that we we reside out on the main, so like we're not so much into it. But that community is pretty much surrounded by jungle, as they would call it, Tivoli Gardens.
Okay,
Um, Hannatown,
okay,
Almantown. I can list a lot of other, community that is surrounded. So it is a volatile, area. But growing up in our old soul, I mean, I had siblings, so we were always inside. So if it was necessary for us to be outside, then
yeah.
so do
And,
it.
and for the non-Jamaican or global listeners, she's naming some notorious communities, and that's why I ask her, because I want our Jamaicans abroad to know that this sister, although so well spoken and so articulate, grew up in some serious areas, you know what I mean, and to break that stereotype that people coming from certain communities, you know what I mean,
So
are go comport themselves a certain way. We have goal in all of our communities, inner city communities, full of gold and gems, you know what I mean, and this is very important. So in terms of growing up as a little girl, you in a Rastafari home, when is the first awareness that you had or memory that this is a serious community, or this community can be dangerous? Do you remember the first time you had that awareness for yourself?
I wouldn't say actually like an in-person experience, but maybe through like social media or just hearing certain reasoning and like the radio, as I would mention, because I would normally listen to like the Mutabaruka station, and when we go to the ceremony and then probably hear like the reasoning. But I just always know that Babylon is just always attacking
Yes,
Rastafari people.
yes,
I can just always remember that for
definitely.
sure.
Where did you go to school?
Um, Moving to Kingston, I went to a junior high school um, called John Mills
Okay,
Junior High.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
I did track and field there. Very
Okay,
athletic, Empress.
okay, okay.
Yes, I
So
after it
you're like Shelley and Fraser in a sense.
definitely probably would have even bigger than that too.
So what happened to the track career?
um, Not much support.
Oh, yeah,
So sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes
yeah,
we, passionate about something but limited support, while young stage and not so much motivated,
Yeah.
certain dreams kind of die out,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then after I left John Mills, the high school I went to, Clancarty, it's not so strong within the track and field area, so I wasn't so motivated. But I still made sure to participate in like sports day and so on. But the track and field had, stopped for me as soon as I left junior high school, because that junior high school I went to was very, very, strong within the track and field area in junior high school. Trumps, yes, I.
Give thanks, give thanks. And then, um, did you go to school? Did you have locks and those things when you were younger going to school, or did that come later?
No, I had locks back in primary school growing up,
Okay,
I just cut my hair due to some health issues with like eczema,
okay,
so scalp issues and stuff. So I had, pull out the locks and thing because it was getting really bad for eye,
okay.
and then I just decided that, I definitely want to get back my locks because my mom have her here, tall, tall, grandma, baby sister,
Yes,
almost the whole family,
yes, yes, yes.
It's
So
like,
how were you treated as a young girl going to school with your locks in them days?
um, I wasn't bullied as there was the word I would use. I was very social, with other kids and stuff, but at the same time I was always reserved. I'm a twin, so I
Okay,
bond with my company. So
okay.
it's just always a two-way chat, So I never
Twin
really
sister
needed
or twin brother?
sister, two
Okay.
two girls.
Identical or fraternal or
Um, no. As we grow older, I would definitely say no. We very, very look much alike. So I would say
okay.
identical. Yes, I.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, man. So, um, what was your first? I know is a Rastafari home and the culture is there. Were there pictures of His Majesty on the wall? Like, what was your first awareness of His Imperial Majesty?
Yeah. We had few little pictures, around in the house. We had like flags, the Lion of Judah. My stepdad, he have a shop, so a lot of you will see like one of few like little symbols and stuff. You will see the flag, and then when I go out, I always tune into like what I see. So if I see somewhere, I'm gonna read it. Um, so definitely, it was there within the presence.
Give thanks, give thanks. And then, what was your first awareness in terms of the divinity? Because you can come from a Rastafari home, but it don't mean say you have to accept what your parents are deal with. So what was the spark, or what make you say, all right, me I go try the same way like my parents them, because you're adult now, um, young adult. So what do you remember what age you were when you start check the divinity of His Majesty for yourself and start say this a child where me I go follow?
Yes, I. So I would say around 20, 21, 22 going on there, because as much as I grew up in a Rastafari, also like I remember my godfather, he's a Christian.
Okay.
So um we were also within that environment, but we were still very connected and grounded, because when we left there, we go right back to what, it is within our household. So around 21, 22 thereabouts. And oh, I was, fully aware that this is a chat that I wanted to, tread on, because as I mentioned, the levity was within the whole soul, but it was not so strong. So with my curiosity, I was like, I definitely want to learn more. And I mean, the feeling that I get whenever I'm surrounded within that space, growing up within the countryside, nature and all of that, just the natural living. So it was just always something that I know that is within I. And while I read more, I listen to a lot of the musics and stuff. It's just like naturally, it's just like when you're manifesting something, so it just come out more eventually without I even really see it, because I feel like I just wake up yesterday and I'm right here,
Yes,
So yes, I.
well, give thanks. And we reasoned before, if you watch the New Year's Roman New Year's special on this channel, I spoke with Empress Tiana and Rasabuki, and we talked about some of the influences growing up with dancehall. How influential growing up was the music? 'Cause you mentioned the music. How influential was dancehall music to the eye? Did you listen to dancehall, or were you straight reggae, Rastafari vibration as a youth, or what? What kind of music did you listen to growing up?
It was mostly like reggae within the early stage, because as I mentioned, within the old soul. So, mommy always have fair radio book on, those type of radio channels and stuff. But I listen to dancehall music, but I'm very, specific with like the type of dancehall music that I listen to, you know. Um, so it will definitely have to be more of like a expression type of thing, like some dance music, like or a cultural thing,
Yeah.
But with the whole dancehall now, I'm not so tuned into with the dancehall because the level where it's at now, it's not so entertaining. So it's not something that I want to, consume myself with or anything. So I've been just listening to straight reggae ever since, you know.
So when you were in high school, what artists did you like during your high school before you fully re-embraced Rastafari? What artists were your artists when you hear that at a party? Say you're glad to hear that.
Um, within high school, I not even tell a lie on myself, but you see, that's no, I got in a one little thinking zone for real, cause I didn't really tune into the music so
Okay,
much, during that time. I can just always remember it was just always me looking forward to going to the countryside, and it was just always reggae.
okay.
It was just always reggae during that time, you know.
What what high school did you go to, and what reggae artists do you love?
I attend Concordia High School.
Okay,
Um,
and tell me some of the artists now in terms of reggae that moved the eye as a young, well, as a teenager, and then now as a young adult.
Definitely, Bushman,
Okay, yes,
um, Lutan Fire,
yes.
um, Phantom Major,
Fontan Moja.
yeah, Moja, yes, and Luciano for sure. I'm
Yes,
so grateful that I actually get to see that I perform in person live. Chronics,
yes.
definitely one of them. I can see. Yeah,
How
Sizzler.
old was the eye? Oh, well, continue and then I'll ask. Continue. You're saying another artist.
Yes, Sizzler is definitely
Yeah.
one of them I can actually remember.
Okay. Um, how old was the eye when the Chronics and the whole reggae revival bust onto the scene?
Um, Around 16, 15, 14. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And did that capture the eye? Like how I know in America it was a whole vibration. Living in Jamaica, because one of the things, Dottie Bookman, who coined the term reggae revival, is one of my close brethren. And one of the things he's very clear is that when they used the term reggae revival, it was a revival of reggae in Jamaica among the young people, and not necessarily meant, because we know reggae is big international, but a lot of young people in Jamaica were not really listening to reggae like that. Dancehall had been dominant. So, as a young teenager at that time, how did that, reggae revival period with Chronix and Protege, Kabaka, John and all of these artists rising, how did that impact the eye?
It was just always, some high vibration, some nice little vibes, make I just feel balance, and Arian just knows that I they on the right track. So it wasn't nothing that I did even have to question myself, because it's just the thing that, you feed your mind with pretty much. So me just listening to positive music, it was just never anything that would make I feel say, I do something wrong, or on a good music or anything. I did grateful for hear the music there, as I say, where the whole dancehall thing is, because dancehall is a part of our culture. But
Yeah.
just for see how the young youths them and the artists them, how them actually turn this thing here, especially seeing that the youths them heavily influenced by the music, you know. So I did always blast my music, my positive music. Yes, when I go out by my mother shop, my stepfather shop, and play the music and live up the place, and it's always a joy, you know.
Give
So,
thanks. Give thanks. So, um, you know, I grew up with dancehall and in the 90s, I think the greatest period of dancehall music. And I'm very out of touch. I feel old now when I hear even some of the name them call, 'cause I don't even know who. And I used to be, I'm not a casual dancehall fan. You know what I mean? Because I used to play sound and be a part of a sound system. So buy records, go at airport, collect dub plates. You know what I mean? I was deep into the culture that way. But now I'm hearing these names. Can you give us some of the names of the artists of today that your peers would be familiar with for some of my older audience? And because we old and enough of we think we are youth and we young, but we're far from it. Give us some of the names of some of the artists that are hot right now among your age group in Jamaica.
so for the males, we have what Skilly Bang, you
Yes,
have
heard that.
Skang,
I've heard that name.
you have Craft,
I've heard that name.
um, you have Chronic Law,
Yes, I know Chronic Law. Yeah.
Popcorn, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Doing all right so far.
yeah, with like the females now, you will have like Jada Kingdom, you have like
Yeah.
Spice, you will
Okay.
have like Shensia, you will have um Stark Ashley,
Don't know that one
and
yet.
yeah, just a few I can actually remember.
And you're saying there was never any temptation to follow any of these artists because I know a lot of their content is very extreme.
No, no, that's a freedom life, I get my own life to live, so I do what's best for I know what I want. So I can get influenced. I more get influenced by good things if that's the case. But with the negative thing no, I can't tread on that part. You know what why they're doing that.
Okay, give thanks.
Yes.
When did Obia become in fashion with you? Cause my generation of dancer used to burn out Obia. And I mean, when did the Obia become so prevalent in and I know, a lot of we're a Pan African channel, so we know African traditional spirituality and orishas and that. We're not look out against that because African retention, but the Obia what me a talk about is some evilous kind of vibration when you see some of the man them a talk about. When did this become prevalent in the youth culture?
To be honest, I wonder the same thing too, because I just can't remember. I just get up one day and just hear it in the tune them heavily, and I wonder, wow, what really are going on?
Yeah, yeah. A lot
What's
of
really
things,
going on?
yeah, a lot of things that was outlawed during my period of dancehall become in vogue, and when I talk to young people, I try to get overstanding. I don't try pretend I know everything. So that's why. But I'm glad, and I hope the earth who watch this see that our young adults are not easily influenced. You know what I mean? It's not everybody, because sometimes you would have think say the whole of Jamaica youth depend this energy. But as you can see from Empress Tiana, you have ones who dare gravitate into the positive. You know what I mean? So I really give thanks for that.
Yes, I.
um, how did the eye get connected with Life Yard, and give the ones them just like an overview of what is Life Yard, and then give us the story of how the eye was connected with those brethren.
Yes, I. So, Lifeguard is a Rastafari community-based organization and social enterprise within Parade Gardens. That's downtown Kingston, fostering positive development within the youths. Um, so I remember I was on Instagram. You know, a friend of mine reposted that they're actually looking volunteer for last year Labor Day project, along with the 10-year jubilee. They celebrated 10-year, since they started. So me actually, I'd volunteer within that field before with a different organization, and my passion is all about youth empowerment and women empowerment. So when I see that, I know I had to jump onto that. So I make sure to reach out, get all the details, and from there I've been, a part of the organization, fully dedicated with the whole movement. So,
How,
say,
how far is Parade Garden from your community?
um, about 8 to 10 minutes, if so much.
Okay, so right, very
Pretty
close.
close.
Yeah, pretty close. Um, and
Yeah, because it's downtown. It's downtown, and downtown is close by
yeah,
to
yeah. So
me. So
everything is
it's
within that.
pretty
Yeah,
close.
everything is in that vicinity.
Yes, yes, sir.
So, um, had you ever been to Parade Gardens prior to linking up with Life Yard?
Yes, I.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I have.
And, and for those who are not in Jamaica, another name for Parade Garden is Southside. So this is one of the places that was also made popular during that reggae revival time, and some of the videos when you see the big murals, Fleet Street, and all of these projects, that was Life Yard. So for those who are not familiar with the works, and the brethren them started with urban agriculture. They had a space, a open lot that they had claimed, and they were planting food and servicing the community, revitalization in the inner city. If you haven't seen the episode where we reason with Eyeball and Rasabuki, go into the archive and you can hear how they had to go sit down with all the stakeholders. I mean, shatter fire, all kind of things happening. They had to, bring the peace and make people see the vision. I mean, some powerful, powerful works the man them really do. And I can't stop big up them man there, and what they represent in terms of Rastafari, because they're building on the works of the elders, in terms of being that mediator and that peace within these
Yes,
communities. What are some of the responsibilities that the I have within Life Yard in terms of the I work now that you're an official member?
yes, I'm a project coordinator. So,
Okay.
I pretty much I do volunteer work and also like, facilitator work. So I do pretty much almost everything because, I want to make sure that I'm helping out in all areas as much as though we have a team that, work together and unity and all of that. But I am, always active within almost all areas.
Give thanks. Give thanks. All arounder. Um, and what do you do in terms of your profession? What is your profession?
I'm a passionate creative entrepreneur and visionary behind Love and Light.
Okay.
That's a brand that is embodied with cultural expressions through bleach t-shirts, tie and dye t-shirts, customized t-shirts. And what amazing about the customized part of it is that I create the designs, some slangs, some cultural slangs. It's rooted within Rastafari and Jamaican culture, just the same. So it's
Okay. Do you have any samples there you can show us or anything close by?
uh,
Don't pressure yourself if you
no,
don't.
I have a tote bag here. If I can
Okay.
just
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Tie dye, gift thanks.
say.
And the reason I do that because I always like to promote our Rastafari businesses and enterprise. So, and later we'll ask the if ones are in Jamaica, how do they support the for purchase? You know what I mean? Because one of the things I want to do with this platform is make sure we circulate the Rastafari dollar. And the Lion Pride know how I stay. If I guess come on the platform, I want me to put money in them pocket. Don't just look on the guess and say, nice guess. No. Even if it's a $5 or $10, find a way. We got to normalize that within Farai community. So do you have your stuff in stores or do how do ones purchase your goods?
For right now, it's just online. So I do have an Instagram page, which is Love and Light underscore Jamaica. So I'm very, very active through there. So if once they visit the Instagram page, there will be like a WhatsApp link there. Once you press on it, then it will bring you right there, and then you're able to see like the catalog with all the other things that we offer, some of the designs that we have, and all of that. And I am able to create them own designs too, just the same. So it's
Okay.
yeah, personalize and customize.
And we're gonna make sure you give that out at the end of the reasoning. So people, Instagram, give the Instagram one more time.
Love and Light underscore Jamaica.
Um, this is a young entrepreneur. These are our young adults family. We are using the platform to highlight our young adults. This is not a Rastafari youth. I said that. You can fight me in the comments. This is our young adult who will do some great works. So, in terms of the vision for Life Yard, well, before we get there, the I is involved in something called the Empress Men in Circle. Explain
Yes, sir.
what is the Empress Men in Circle and what is the purpose of the Empress Men in Circle and what is
Yeah,
your role?
yes, I. So the Empress Circle is created for young women on the brink of adolescence. Seeing that I had mentioned me growing up within that specific area, so we want to, cause I mean it's still life yard, but what we do is separate the young empresses from the youths because you do have like a youth group too, which is life youth. So within the empress circle, there are specific things that the female need to know about themselves, and just working together as sisters, becoming young leaders and things. So making them know that they don't have to be influenced by what is going on, helping them feed their mind, their body, and their souls and things. So through Empress Circle, the girls they're experienced to like skill based, hands on, workshops, community, self expressions, and the list goes on. So, it's
So the eye is a precious gem that His Majesty has protected from your born till now. But many of the young women who grew up in these inner city communities are not so fortunate. Explain to our audience what are some of the dangers or the challenges that are faced by young women in the inner city and these volatile communities.
maybe not getting so much attention by the mother or the father because probably work have them a little way. So sometimes certain teaching is not really there within the whole soul, and also probably they wanted more than what they're getting. So sometimes they can be easily influenced by things, people that may come at them, bribing them with things and so on. So we want to make sure to let them know that, hey, slow down. you know whatever is being given is not something that will even make you any better than what your parents is giving to you. So listen to your parents, you know, pay keen attention in school. If it's a case that you feel like you need some guidance, speak to somebody that you can trust within your family. You know, we also create that safe space within our organization where the girls, they actually feel safe to talk with us. Because we do have those type of workshops and mentorships. We do have other empresses that comes in, guest speakers. We have some very very amazing queens that will be joined with us now. So that is even more better for us, because it's not just for the girls. We're here to learn and to also get all these opportunities that is out there to just the same. So we can better serve the girls and the youths as well, because we do have times where we merge the youths and the girls together as one, because it's one community and it's one life yard just the same. So so,
Do the item find that you're getting the support of the wider community for the works that Life Yard is doing in these communities, or is it a struggle to get the wider community support?
yeah, based on my experience and what I can, share based on what I've seen, it is a struggle, which, pretty much is a struggle almost with any little thing that is really going on right now there, because everybody is living their own lives. So it's just like if it's not benefiting them, it's not so important to them, even though you're doing something good. So it is a struggle, and that's why it's so easy for us to actually work with the youths than work with adults, because they're so experienced. So it's kind of harder to get them together than how it is to get the youths together. But we do have some challenges, and we're just keeping on, hoping one day we can change the narratives and just get everybody together, because I mean most of them, their youths are benefiting from what is going on. So we need them involved, actively involved, just as much as we need the youths actively involved, because when the youths leave us, they're going right back to their parents. And if it's not the same teaching you're getting within there, also when they come around us, it's just like they're actually really active with everything, but when they go back, it's just like they're questioning themselves, like if what they're doing is right, because this is what they're learning, and then when they come around us, this is what they're learning. So there is some challenge there.
Yes, yes. And righteousness may not pay off as quickly as the badness sometimes,
Right.
and the negative influences that they're seeing in their communities. And you know, how do you instill that patience, to know that even though you may not, because right now I think globally this go after the bag culture, the bag. You know what I mean? In Jamaica, we used to say, man, you get pussy in a bag and them thing there, but everybody I look for the bag right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And how do you find that bag culture is prevalent in in the youths that you're coming across, where everything is about that hustling, that kind of want to get some money. Everything is around money. Do you find that as a challenge?
Yeah, because you're in the conversation of the youths, them, you know. You're in the conversation of the youths, them, you know, chatting in public transportations, you know, just in certain spaces, you know, hearing them reasoning, hearing how they talk, you know, seeing them on social media and seeing the stuff that they're heavily influenced, um, you know, with. So definitely, it's just, I can remember um, I went to I went to this session at Haile Selassie High School in last year, and
Okay.
we were having a reasoning amongst the other, you know, empresses that was there, and hearing them sharing them experience when you know they're around the youths them and hearing them saying how they would rather to sell some things and I make some money than being at school, you
Wow.
know. Yes, I. But it's just the way how time has changed since the whole pandemic. You know, the youths them being out of school. I feel like that has affected them a lot. You know, because it's just like they weren't youths anymore. They were more like adults because everybody's at home, so they decide whether or not they want to go to school online or not. You know, and seeing how they actually the attires within the school and thing. No, all them pre is just fast food, going out to the latest party, and then the next thing is that there's a lot of events that is being promoted for the youth. So all the youth them a focus on is a new outfit, is a new shoes, of the latest phone. Because when you see a look at you now, you see them with the biggest phone now. You see them in the new style, the new trend. So that's just where the focus is at. You do have youths that actually, making sure that they're taking in their education and stuff, but from what I've seen, majority of the youths is just to the bag, as you said.
Wow, 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 wow. Family, it's serious out there right now. I tell you, I 1 second here. DJ Ras Iman, say Rastafari, live and reign. Heal up the lion voice and the Dejazmatch Kwasi. Great works, Aya. Bless up all the lion pride. Bless up yourself, DJ Ras
Thanks.
Iman, Atlanta family checking in. Dan Coolio, respect Tiana.
Give
Yeah, man.
thanks.
Big up Dan Coolio. Lion Pride, man, them checking in. If you're watching live, we are here with Empress Tiana, one of our young adult leaders in the community, part of the Life Yard family. She's doing work in inner city communities in Jamaica with our youths who are vulnerable in these communities. Powerful works, the Life Yard um, work, the Empress Men Circle. She's also been thrust into leadership on a larger scale as one of the youngest or the youngest chair in the RMO history. What a joy. For those who are not aware, the Rastafari Mansion and organization, it's an umbrella organization in Jamaica consisting of 14 organizations and mansion inclusive of the EABIC, the Bobo Shanti, and it is a great effort in terms of Rastafari in Jamaica coming together to speak as one voice. They are on their second rotation in terms of the chair leadership, chairing the meetings, and Empress Tiana was elected as a chair represent as one of the representatives from Life Yard. Talk to us about why is it important for Life Yard to be a part of the RMO first, and then um, how have you found that experience in terms of being a young leader within that collective?
Definitely, as you said the name, Rastafari Mansions of organizations, we're doing incredible works. So, you know, it's only great for us to actually be a part of the RMO family. So far, to answer the second question, it has been, a very, very, great experience so far because, I mean, it has been, a really um, encouraging journey for in I own development and also with representing the Lifeyard and the Empress Circle organization, actively involved and actually supporting the movements from my side and also coming together as one within the RMO family, seeing them sharing ideas and working together and making this thing happen. The progress is great. The progress is great, actually make I know say anything where I put I mind to, say something where will eventually take off and it's just a process, you know. The words, the wisdom and all that sharing from the different eye, being around and listening to the reasoning, is always a joy to hear
Yeah.
item.
Because I always wonder, I said some of them reasonings are long, me, I wonder how as as you take, but how do you process these reasonings? Are you tapped in, or you say, boy, some of them older rust them talk long, them long winded? How do I them see the reasoning?
No, I fully tap into the reasoning as much as well sometimes as them would have say a silent watcher or
Yes,
so,
yes,
you know. But um I love reason myself, So sometimes it's just like, you learn more, and the reason is very vital, it's necessary. So on a bag of loose talk or unnecessary reasoning, so it's not something we really going to drain our energy, you know. It really depends on the day still, because sometimes, it's an active day for I.
yes,
So I might be a little bit tired after a little while, but I still tune in as long as I can until the reasoning is over. I know that I can attest to that,
yes,
you
yes.
know. So the reasoning is great for I.
Thanks, give that. I wonder them thing there, I don't block them some, but I always wonder, how our young adults. But I was their age, I mean, when I tried up into the liberty, a little bit younger than they are too. I didn't come from a Rastafari family, but that is how I was grounded into the liberty, is sitting and listening to reasoning that go way up in the hours, and but I know times change, and but it's great to hear that as a young adult that is still tapping and plugging, because I never used to get bored listening to the reasoning either. I used to be fully engaged and you know um, just learning like a sponge, soaking in everything. So I'm glad that that's still the case. What's the vision that because this is I want to get into the topic for this evening. The thumbnail of this video is Rastafari Young Adults Rising. And I think oftentimes we don't allow our young adults to really, speak their vision, what they would like to see. And it may differ slightly from even I generation or the generation before I know what I want to see, but we can't take for granted what the young adults them, how the item see Rastafari, because the item are not treading identical to how the elders treaded it. So what is your vision? What did the I want to see for? Let's keep it to Rastafari and Jamaica first.
I desire to see, my sisters and brother rising their divine purpose, standing firm, you know, taking on this journey by full force and just being steadfast and patient, you know, um, learning from old days or ancestors and stuff, being actively involved within the youth them because they fully need our support, continue as empresses, continue to be nurturers, mothers, and good empresses to our kings and stuff. So definitely that's our vision. You know, being able to continue being within space like these, see more space open up like these, whether from the elders or just from the youths, because I dying to see some more youth circles, within the
You're
Rastafari.
living, you're living to see it.
Yes, yes, I give thanks.
Yes, you're living. So, um, let's talk about that. Are there a lot of people in your peer group around? Well, let's say in Kingston that are on the same vibration, or is it hard for the eye to find? Let's say sister in your age, early 20s, and brethren in that same age group. Do you see a lot of races in that age group, or not?
Um, not really, not really. But being a part of the Life Yard, you know, organizations, I'm more exposed to those empresses, and kings. So I'm actually seeing, slowly seeing more and more of it. But as much as though I will go out and see, elders and stuff, is not so much, you know.
Yeah. Um, and that's one of the things, because one of the things when I talk to the elders, most of them ras up them teens,
Mm-hmm.
and even when I go to Jamaica, I'm not seeing a lot of young people in the Liberty like one time, even my generation in the 90s, late 90s, there was a portion of young people trotting up in the Liberty. I don't really see that great mass. That's why when I met the eye, when I got the link for Rasa Book, and I have to big up Rasa Tarchi, who gave I the link from the Ballad and the Dread podcast. Rasa Tarchi, big up yourself, who gave me the link to Sabuki. I was so elated, because I wanted to tap into. Um, Let me talk to my audience because I know enough of the audience think I'm a young man too, but I'm getting up there, I'm well mature. When we had the New Year episode with Empress Tiana, Sabuki, and Dr. Kadama with Knife and I were laughing because when I met Knife, Empress Tiana wasn't even born, you know what I mean? We were, so we had a good laugh about that, even though, you see he's a big adult, so, and you see the gray in the beard of forwarding. So, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I get concerned, to be honest, about we are the young Rosses, and that's why I was so joyful to meet the eye and want to support the eye in every way possible because I know it's not an easy road,
Yes,
uh,
I.
and there are many things that are going to try to distract the eye and to pull the eye off and to make the eye jaded about the liberty. So I want to be sure as a bigger brother that I and I can, be a strength for the eye and for that generation. What are the things that the eye generation need to succeed? What are the things that the eye them feel like you need to be successful and to thrive, not just survive, because we know about survival, but to thrive, what do you think the eye generation need?
Hmm. You see, that's a easy question and a hard question at the same time. Why I say hard because there are a lot of positive things out there already. It's just the whole mindset of some of the youths. But I just feel like they need more support. they need more support because, as I mentioned, the the youths them are just, adults are just people in general. They can be around positive vibration, positive people, but at the same time, when they go back within their space, it's just right back to square one. So it's just like, you know, the item of know, they want better for themselves and actually move to that. So if you know you're in a certain environment that is toxic to your well-being, then you have to move. No matter the circumstances or just who you're surrounded by. Like, just get your mind from that because it's just not gonna get better. Once you're within a certain space, that certain things is very heavy within that space, it's gonna hard for you to even stay focused. While you can tell yourself, saying you focus on you depend this journey here, but within that space you always gonna get so, you gonna feel so swallowed. But we just we need more like community based organization. We need more of those within the communities. Communities coming together, like they would have like community centers, but you don't really see those stuff anymore because people just have this whole attitude and this mindset that um they just sticking to for them people, but as they would say, like a village grow a child. I always hear that growing up, and I heavily believe in that, because sometimes your own family not gonna be able to provide certain, assistance, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, financially, and mentally. So, being able to go in spaces we're not gonna really take from it because a lot of people are not so fortunate to be able to can even left from certain spaces for going to other spaces where we actually uplift them. So we need more community centers, we need more community organization, we need more people coming together from within the communities, and also within the whole soul itself. So we definitely need more support from people, as them will say, attention. The youths them need some attention because no, it's just like them feel like them not have no adult support, so them just a go to them for them own age group. And I mean, what kind of influence a youngster can get an next youngster if him
Yes.
already up on a certain journey. So we have to be mindful of even the people them where our own people are amongst, because them easily influence, you know. So
So
that's my
do
take.
you think capital would help, like money, in terms of investing in organizations like Lifeyard? Is that something that would strengthen the item works, or time, volunteering? What other things can, because I want to call our community to action. There are enough of we in Jamaica who are there, and again, the narrative is always Rastafari not doing anything. We kick down that narrative over here on the Lion Voice Network, by bringing ones who are doing the work. But at the same time, as a frontline soldier, I know enough time you're on the front line, and is a volunteer. You're a volunteer, you know what I mean?
It's
And
like,
and the work would be much better supported if, for example, that I could be on salary. You have money where you could take care of your household. So, would investment, in terms of money investment, would that be a strength to an organization like Lifeyard and the work that the item are doing?
yes, because I mean, we do need resources, and some of these family, youths that we're helping, they do need certain assistance, as I mentioned, can either be spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, or physically, whichever. So definitely, volunteers, especially from the community itself, as much as all, the works is there for everybody to chat on with and help, but from the community itself, they know them community better than anybody else. So once people see more people from the community working to make the community better, I mean, it just going to even make the team more stronger, because them sister this is something where benefit them and for them family where reside within the community itself. So definitely.
Give thanks. And as you say that, there was a major disaster in the Southside community with this fire. We had the flyer up. We brought forward Rasabuki on the last episode to talk about this major fire, and I know that the item are seeking resources. There were, I think, 10 families displaced. Can you tell us what happened? And with the fire, what's the update? What strength is needed?
Yeah. So the fire happened within like the daytime. Grateful it wasn't in the night time, because could you imagine what a disaster that could be? Um, you know. Um, so it is within the community where the life yard pretty much programs, and it actually unfortunate because one of our members is a part of that, is a victim of the fire. you
Wow.
know. So I mean, nothing safe. Everything flat, everything flat. All the homes, flat. So there are
Wow.
people that actually need a lot of support in terms of getting themselves back together. In terms of like an update, we have started this whole fundraising thing, and in terms of like getting some assistance outside, from supporters or just anybody that wants to support us, which some of the stuff that is needed is just like, clothes, food, both males and females, and also, the youths, them, both boys and girls, just the same, like toiletries, um, even go as far as like tools to even assist with, the whole building, and thing back with the homes. So yeah, well, so far can definitely say there's some progress in terms of like some assistance, but I mean we do need a lot more on board to really help with these families, because it's not just financial support they will need just the same, because as I mentioned, youths are actually some of the victims that was the experience for them household, and growing up as youth, that can be very traumatic to them, not being able to live the usual life, the normal life that they're used to, being within their own space, having them look at thing and all of that, and just for no say all of that get burned. But me, not no greater than life, because all those stuff are material things. So
Give thanks. Will those homes be rebuilt in that area? Are they able to rebuild, or will they have to move? And where are the families currently residing?
um nearby family within the communities, you know um with as it relates to the whole building over and reconstructing and thing. Yeah, I think there will be, building back on those spot, but there will be like, a lot of works to be done. Probably some building that's still standing will need to lick down, and
Okay.
a lot of things need to clear out, a lot of stuff. You
Wow.
know.
My concern for all of those communities downtown is that I know downtown has been slated for redevelopment. I know, those poor people down there are on prime real estate. So
Mm-hmm.
I see the fires and these things. I don't know how the fire started. I'm not saying nobody started purposely, 'cause I don't have that information. But I know a lot of time when these disasters happen, there's not the rebuilding because the landowners want these lands for their development. And for those who are familiar with downtown Jamaica, it's going through a whole revitalization. from the digital building go up, we see how it's been rapidly, being revitalized. Is that consciousness in these communities that know that real estate developers want these lands? Is that a consciousness, or are people just living their day to day life?
It's definitely is a consciousness, because I mean within them space, them very them heavily involved with the whole politics thing. So them see and them know them thing that, but you know, I mean, not all of us is so fortunate. So it's just like they just have to, flow with what's going on right
Yeah,
now, until them can do better, until them get a little breakthrough. If we can actually do better. But there are certain, advantage that they have within those spaces, so for it's like the mindset for them, I think, for take up certain responsibilities moving from within those communities. Them now focus on them thing there. So
yeah,
it's
it's
just like generations, one type of generations, one type of generations. So no for them they them place them from them are youth. Them know them mother grow up, them grandmother grow up, them great grandmother, and it goes on. So it's just like I do something for them. So them not really see any way out.
yes.
That I just for them livelihood. So
And for my global audience, when you come from these communities, usually the only way out is you go overseas. You go abroad, and then you would, you know, break out. Because I grew up in Toronto, and enough of my brethren were from these communities. Um, growing up, and I always used to wonder because I never really met uptown Jamaicans until I went to Howard University. 'Cause all of my brethren were from these communities, Waterhouse, Seamonet Gardens, all of them different communities, and um, that's the way. And I, as a you know, growing up in Toronto, I used to go Jamaica every year, and I was probably one of the few, of my brethren growing up that would go to Jamaica. And I used to always wonder, why them not forward a yard and, you know, get the nicest. Come used to love go Jamaica Christmas time, nothing no nice like Christmas time at Jamaica, and that was part of my growing up. But my brethren never used to go Jamaica, them would always want me bring forward some sound cassette and different thing, and I would go every year. My parents are from countryside, so and then my family move uptown from the country. So I was nice, but it's only when I got older now and I realized, okay, these my brethren are from volatile communities, so they're not so excited even if they return to these communities, or if them return, them know say, a whole heap of barrel off a pack, enough to, So there's a pressure because when you go foreign, to go forward. So it's only when I was older that I realized, and for people outside, they wouldn't know that the mobility in these communities, if you're born in these communities, it's not just so easy if you go uptown and get a job and go, it's a very class-based society. So you would have stayed there. So as the Empress said, generation upon top of generation, and it's a survival story. You know what I mean? How we are gonna get dinner this evening? You know what I mean? Every day is a hustling. We are trying to make the thing work. You know what I mean? So they're not thinking about real estate development and this and that and who will do what. So it's a serious predicament right now for these communities because they will get moved. May I tell you,
yes,
because
sir.
all of that seaside, anytime you can see the sea, is a prime real estate. Um, uh, you're in, and that downtown is right there on the, not far from the seaside. So it's a very interesting time, but at the same time, that's why I think the work of Life Yard is so important because the item are really opening up the consciousness of the young people so that they'll be better able to navigate some of the challenges that are coming their way. You know what I mean? Um, Very serious. I have one of the Lion Pride checking in from Brazil. He said, "Big up, I and I chatting from Brazil here. We have to blend Rasta and modernity because soon all the cities will be smart and the woods will have drones. We need technicians." Serious sound that, you know. And I don't know if people realize how serious because some people think, we are going to just there the wissy wissy jungle and we don't have to deal with Babylon. Them don't know say this name drone where and satellite where them can see right in the wissy wissy jungle and be
Mm-hmm.
right there, with the eyes. So unless we are also dealing with technology, we in trouble. How do I
Exactly.
see that sound from Brazil?
Yeah, definitely, definitely a valid point. Give thanks to the eye for blocking that soon. You know, definitely support the eye reasoning or just share the snow. It's really serious.
Is there any opportunities for technical training, or would you like to see that? Is your generation a little bit more technical savvy?
Um, yeah, with the whole pace of whole social media is, I can definitely say, as something we'll actually see, but not so much, not so much, and definitely I actually, hope to see more of those, mentorships being available to the youths, and not just the one them who can actually afford it, but we want to see it available to all the youths then, because we are one. Whether or not we can, afford it or not, we all should be able, if we can, have access to all those type of resources, information and all of that. So yes,
Um, let's talk about your generation because the future is the item, I and I there as mature does, but the future is for the item to shape this liberty moving forward. There's a lot of traditions I don't really see the youth them gravitating to. There was one time a Rastafari sister, you'd see her own in a long skirt, head wrap, all these things. Is that important to the generation, or what value does that traditional image of the Rastafari woman have to the eye, and is it something that the eye have any interest in, or how did the eye view that?
yeah. The image, is very important, because can't just really go around showing up, in a certain way. You have to have respect for your own body just the same, Now say you can't feel comfortable in a way you wear, but if you really pray, oh, them really, shift this whole thing here, the type of clothes is what them actually make. You even see how the young girls them actually present themselves. It's very distasteful to say,
Yeah.
because them thing they lead on a lot of destructions and things on the young girls, and just the same, them anything where them see where whosoever up on the social media or even within them own, surroundings I do. Them pretty much have a lot involved because them think say them thing are cute. Which at the same time them thing are cause them own danger just the same. But as it relates to like images and stuff, how the whole tradition, they stay within the empresses, areas as it relates to the whole tied and the long skirt as you
Mhm.
mentioned. Um, I still see them thing there. I still see the empress them still active out there, but you will see one and few now them look jeans and them look pants, and I am one and few, you know. Yes, but I still keep the image, very modern and all of that. I like to feel comfortable
Yes.
sometimes, especially when you're going out in certain spaces,
Yes.
especially trying on public transportation. I would prefer have on a jeans than a skirt certain way. Even though it's a long skirt, not short up
Yes.
skirt.
Yes.
There are certain times that I feel more comfortable in a jeans pants than a skirt. Females, monthly cycles and stuff. So there are just different things that actually make them feel more comfortable. With the tired now, I do my tired when I ready, every now and then I need some more scarf, so I need to invest in that.
Yes.
But I still see it.
Yeah. Do you wear the long skirt sometime?
Yes, I yes
Okay.
I wear my long skirt and my dress and all of them everything there when I ready.
Have you ever been to a Naya Bingi gathering?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What was that experience like for the eye?
Uh, the drumming, the reasoning, the chanting, all of that, you know, so fulfilling, great vibration, just remind I say, it's a great trad and, just to see ones and ones coming together and just, having those type of reasoning and celebration. It's a joy to always be around, and I always look forward to those type of events.
Give
You know.
thanks. Give thanks. So, what other changes? Because when we spoke about it before, I know I see a lot of young people with the tattoos now. I see some of the younger brethren all have earring and them something there. How I'm conservative. I'm a conservative Ras. I'm a Naya Bingi man, and I know that there's a wide variety under the umbrella Rastafari. But what is the place? Because again, we can say what we want to say, but is the young people going to determine 50 years from now what this liberty looks like, what people are seeing? So how do I look upon, um, how do we preserve or how can we appeal to the I generation if I and I generation want to preserve some of these original essence, what recommendations would the I have for I and I?
Definitely. So if you get closer to thyself, not so influenced by the trends and all that is going on, because I mean, it's out there, I mean, we see a lot of things, a lot of different people living a lot of different lives, but I mean, being getting closer to yourself, knowing yourself in and out, on a very like spiritual point of view, as you mentioned about the whole the piercing ears and stuff for the young men. I don't know where that really come from, but as I mentioned, it's a trend. Some of them know them self esteem. Them kind of feel like if them not have certain things added to for themselves, them not going with nothing.
Yes,
As it relates to with the tattoos, because I have tattoos, you
yes,
know. It's just I can say the placements and what you're gonna put on your body just to stain, because them thing are very meaningful, them thing are very meaningful, and them thing are come with some heavy spirit, especially when you are going to do certain symbols, certain like certain local things, like probably some little skull, some all different other
yes,
things I would have seen them do. And as I said, the placements to just the same, because you have to think about the future. If you go look a job, you know, it'll go even much harder for you. you know.
Yes, because you have some man with all some Grim Reaper tattoo and some thing I may say, how
The
you put
face, the
yeah,
face, the neck.
all them something there, you know what I mean? And I all see Rastafari young brethren with them pants and drop off them waist, you know what I mean? This is one of the things I did love about Chronics when him say, pants pan waist, me nah, father, no. You remember that tune there?
Yes, I.
But how that drop into Rastafari, where your pants are drop off of your body and all kind of, how that drop in, you know what I mean? How you feel about seeing some of these things become prevalent, even amongst ones where I say Rastafari?
Well, what I have seen, and come for notice, is that not everybody will lacks a rasta, you know. So for some people, it's just the locks and the whole rasta thing is just like is an image, because them sister them can use this thing here for gain certain popularity. Them can make a money off of just promoting Rastafari thing. So I just know I not say yeah no Rasta, but I mean we know the liberty, we know the trad. So I go out do certain things where I go make people question or even make yourself, you're not gonna present yourself a certain type of way, pretty
Um,
much.
what I would say is that every man must hold them lion order and don't be a goose, because once
True,
your
true.
pants are drop off of your waist, you gonna loosey goosey territory. You know what I mean? Your thing shaky. So I would tell the young people, you know what I mean, pull up your pants and make sure, cause His Majesty, you see, immaculate imperial dignity, where His Majesty trod with. That are the order. Big up Ras, one of our Baba Shanti Lion Pride, him say, reggae, weaken the order. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes, because people gonna think that this is a joke thing. It's like, people were serious, I them were serious on the chat now, them a go on, feel like them can violate in a certain way because certain I always see them a chat this journey or I do certain things where, not so righteous. So
Yes.
it's just like them feel so entitled, them feel obligated, them think say them can deal with everybody and can violate, everybody the same way because them see them think this. So definitely weak in the other. I agree.
Give thanks. Um, can Rastafari drink Hennessy? Talk to me.
If you drink your roots, if you drink your roots, but
Uh, me see enough of I mean, more so in the entertainment industry, you'd see a Rasta a talk about Hennessy or drink Hennessy. Um, obviously as a Naya Bingy man, we burn that to ashes. But what I mean, I want to know from the eye perspective as a young Rastafari, how you see that if you come upon a place and you see a couple of young Rastas there and them have some Hennessy buckle and thing. What is your impression of those brethren?
well, I mean, everyone's have them preference, but I go more, I look forward for see the real
Yes.
liberty, the
Okay.
real trads.
Okay, that is important. I like that
Yeah.
response because I'm just trying to get out that what I mean. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of loosey goosey in that has been springing up in the liberty, and people can be confused. But I want to show that as a young adult, you're chatting up that one still know the difference between the real and what's happening, because sometimes we see something, especially I and I will live a foreign where I look and see what's happening in Jamaica, and you look for the real essence, and you see, it's like you're disappointed because enough of the ones them where you expect would hold it up. You know what I mean? And live some kind of way where they're no different than the ballad them we're out there, you know what I mean? Ross said King Emmanuel serious, Christ serious, so we should be serious. I agree. Marcus serious, so we should be serious. Just serious, so we should be serious. Empress was zero, as for men and serious. I so agree with the eye,
True, true.
I am listening to the great Tiana Newsom. Her mom is speaking. Love the reasoning. Yes, mommy. Bless up yourself, mama. And she is great, mommy. Yes. We love it. What does your parents talk to us? Give your parents some glory. 'Cause obviously you're great, so you were shaped by great people. What were some of the lessons that you learned from your mother and your father?
For my mom, because my dad, he, reside overseas,
Okay.
but whenever it comes to Jamaica, we'll be in the countryside. So, pretty much, exposing us to the whole farming thing, growing your own food, eat what you grow and grow what you eat, pretty much. From mommy, definitely, seeing how great of a nature, she is, up until this day, even though we're adults, we're just seeing, how much she's still there supporting us just the same as best as she can, you know, um, keeping us in a very comfortable space, making sure that majority of the time what is needed, it is there, it is provided, we're clothed and sheltered and all of that. We always get a meal pretty much, and just the whole bond that we share within our own souls among each other as siblings. you know Always get questioned if it's my sister. you know
Big up, mommy. Yes, we
yes,
love that. We love that. And if you're watching live and you have any questions for Empress Tiana, now is the time. We're almost at the 2 hour mark. Put your questions in the comment section. We have Empress Tiana Newsom here live from Kingston, Jamaica. She's a member of the Life Yard um, organization, social enterprise, doing powerful work in the inner city community in Jamaica, working with young people, bringing awareness, bringing educational resources, bringing Rastafari liberty into the inner city. So this is a sister who is not just out there passively dealing with the culture, but she's active. She's also represents Life Yard on the administrative board of the RMO, the Rastafari Mansion and Organization. And she is also the administrative board chair, along with Sister Nani and Ras Baya of Canicure, Sister Nani of Koragarden Benevolent Society. The RMO has a Trinity chair structure, and she is the youngest RMO chair in history. What a great, I mean, this is gone into the history book. So any questions you have for Empress Tiana, put them in the comment section. um, we are so joyful that the eye is with us. This is Women's History Month. We're going to have all women all month on the platform, and I said I have to kick it off with Empress Tiana. We've been reasoning about her coming on the platform for some time. I say, you know what? We need to kick it off with the young adult energy.
give
Um,
thanks, give
yeah,
thanks.
man. Really respect the eye, because there's so many things that the eye could be doing. There's so many distractions. I didn't grow up in social media time. I had a pager in university, just to show you. how old I am. We used to page 411 when you want to talk, and 911 emergency. You have to go to a payphone and put in your quarter, and you call someone, you know what I mean, on the payphone. That's my generation, you know what I mean? So I can only imagine growing up with internet, all of these things where the I them have, you know. Um, what in terms of 10 years from now, where does the I see Empress Tiana?
Um, Definitely reside within the countryside. You know, very very much actively, involved with what the eye is doing. Currently just the same. Growing my brand. Being a part of Lifeyard and Empress Circle, just the same, not just within Southside Parade Gardens, but outreaching outside the community because we see that there are other girls and boys that actually need this type of support. So definitely doing some outreach, um, continuing my part and my trad, building the family and forever bonding with who is present, doing some traveling, to Africa and all of those great things, being a part of different organizations and, growing with what I'm already currently a part of, the RMO, Lifeguard Empress Circle once again. And, as I mentioned, being a part of different organizations, you know,
Thanks.
it's like,
How does the I feel about repatriation? You mentioned Africa. I hear you say you want to live in the countryside. Do you have any personal desire for repatriation? And then also, what do you feel the place of repatriation is in the movement for the I generation?
um, I think personal, you know, um, as it relates to like where residing, whether either in Africa or here at home, but definitely being able to travel back and forth, you know, having a home where I can make sure whenever I go because it's not just any fairy tale or anything to necessarily say romanticize or anything, because we have to be very, very serious with what we're doing, you know, and making sure that everything is, aligning and we're actually, keeping care attention to what we're doing because we can't just get up and say, oh, we're doing this, we have to make sure say the time is right, which divine timing will always, set its course and thing. So definitely within the countryside that I grew up, St. Elizabeth is always my home pretty much, my heart belongs there, I always, look forward to visiting home all the time and actually, building there and also just having my kids growing up within those, nature place. Even though time is getting really serious now, the place is not so much like what we used to in terms of like the whole liberty. It's a bit different,
Yes,
so it's just like you have to, have your eyes open as usual,
serious. How serious just around Jamaica is the threat of violence, crime and violence? Is it very prevalent? Is it something that you are concerned about, or is it overplayed in the media?
But definitely not overplayed. Definitely not overplayed. Definitely something that I am, really, really concerned about, because I myself, I trod in the streets, you know, so I have to make sure, say, my surroundings, I'm very, very aware of where and where, I'm going. if I need to be somewhere, then yes. But if I don't need to be within certain space, then I make sure to leave that out, because you don't know who traversing within those spaces. And
Yes.
they a lot of these as one of those platforms, we call them and label them as criminal elements.
Yes.
They don't really stay within their zone, because there's a lot of zozo, there's a
Yes.
lot of like emergency, like
Safety.
curfew and stuff within certain communities. So now they're not just one place, no, they're spreading all over the place. So even within spaces that we kind of feel a little bit safe is not so much safe anymore, because they might go and look for going at the less volatile areas so them can get a little escape, while at the same time still creating havoc, you know.
Yes.
So it's
So
definitely something that I am concerned about, likewise everybody else, you know.
so you have to really walk with that majesty energy. Um, we have uh, big up yourself, Ras, always. Um, Finesse TV, blessings, Malika sis. You know that person, or is just
No.
okay? You have a Joker thing there, so you don't know the comics you love or what's the vibe. But yes, we give thanks. Always for the eye energy. Um, if you are just joining us, we are here with Empress Tiana of Life Yard, co-chair of the RMO, young adult in Rastafari who is doing mighty works, um, who is livicated to Rastafari work. So that's why I get excited reasoning with ones like Empress Tiana, because I see the future. You know what I mean? If I can't see young adults, if I can't see Rastafari youth, I don't see no future. You know what I mean? I'm not an illusionist and I don't live in a delusional realm. So I want to see young people embracing the liberty,
Thanks.
and that is what the I represent. I really give thanks for the eye's fortitude, and that the eye is solid within this liberty. Um, Again, if you have any questions, we're going to be sealing up. I'm going to allow Empress Tiana to give our final remarks. We have reached the 2 hour mark. So if you have any questions for Empress Tiana, now is the final time to put your question in the comment section so we can ask her. But I really give thanks. I wanted to know, um, is the Lion Voice Network, do people in the I community, are they familiar with the Lion Voice Network?
Yes, I.
Okay,
Um, we in the creative group, normally when I share interviews and stuff, we normally forward it within our organization groups.
give thanks.
I share it amongst um my family members, just the same, to join on certain reasoning. Even if it does go have it playing in the background, because sometimes even if I am not so keen to what's going on the screen, but I always and I hear the reasoning, as something where I like for kind of balance out with through my evenings and thing on Wednesday. So definitely.
Give thanks. I love that. Did I get to see the Janine reasoning?
I have that to watch with my twin sister, so we need to link. So as soon as we link, we're gonna definitely check it out. I have the link pinned because I share it
Okay,
with her. Yes.
okay. Because I want to enlist the eye to help get the word out with the young adult audience, you know what I mean, about the Lion Voice Network. So I really feel honored to know that the I watch and that, ones within the I peer group are tuned in Jamaica, because regardless me international Ras, but me born in Jamaica, so it means a lot to I if you know so the ones on the ground are tuned in, you know what I mean? So continue to help I and I to spread the word,
Sorry.
and we give thanks. Freeway Dread checking in, Lion Pride and Patreon family. Part of the economic engine, Freeway Dread, big up yourself. Him said, no questions, just strength.
As
Big up
is king.
yourself, Freeway Dread. Every time. We love that, you know what I mean? Um, Brazil family just sent some flames, you know what I mean? So the global families with there, I think they're seeing the brilliance that we have within the community. So please just give us some final word sound. Um, talk to sister in your age. Talk to your peers in Jamaica and the Caribbean. What sound do you want them to hold from the I Liberty, from the I Chad?
Yes, I definitely get to know thyself. That's more the focus than thinking that we need to compare ourselves to others that maybe living certain type of life that we think is best for us. Everybody will live them own a life out here. So at least give yourself a chance to actually express what is within you, for be your true self. As I will always say, your purpose is your priority. So
Hold
um
on, stick a pin. Come here, borrow that one day, Stick a pin. Your purpose is your priority. I like it. I go
right.
and borrow it. Empress Tiana say it, but me I borrow it. Go, continue.
Yes, I be very mindful of the things that we do. If ones and ones around you filling you with positive energy and wisdom and all of that, just listen. Nobody not try to control the life, but I mean, once you should be grateful, and once you have somebody around that's, um, actually considering you and actually want to see the best, the least you can do is to listen to them other than tuning into the negative things, when there are positive people trying to actually impact you or inspire you in certain ways. Take your time to learn yourself, whether it's hobbies or any little thing, get more involved in like community works, whether it's within your community or outside. There's a lot of organizations that is already there, so you not feel able to take on certain things for your own, but join what is already there. Read, you know, um, do some research,
I
give
am
your
the reading Ras. Yeah, I hope the ones them see.
yes, I.
All right, continue.
Yes, support the people that is around you. And definitely you will see more support, you know. Yes,
Yes.
I. And remember, Jah guide always. Yes, I.
Give thanks, give thanks. So there you have it. Empress Tiana, one of the great gems that we have. Before you the I seal though, hold up the bag, the I works, and tell the people again how they can support. Lion Pride family, don't embarrass I. Put some money in Empress Tiana pocket. I want her to message her and say, me get 3 sales, me get 5 sales, me get
Yes,
10,000
I.
sales. Let the people know how they can support. When I bring guests up here, family, it's not just that they are them look upon them, it's so that we can demonstrate the power of collective security and circulate the Rastafari, the Pan African dollar. Because if we're not doing that in this Armageddon, we're a joke. We can have the most slogan, the most slang, but if we're not circulating our dollar amongst ourselves, then we're joking. So please let the people know how they can tune in with the eye. This is a powerful sister, and she's a creative entrepreneur. Um, Big up yourself, Ras. Ras just putting money where his mouth there. him sponsor $5. Big up yourself, Russ,
Okay,
for
thanks.
that. And Prince Nico say, I see Rastafari as the first people of Jamaica. Is that meaning in present time? What you say? Do you see Rastafari as the first people in Jamaica as well?
Um, yeah, I can say one of,
Okay.
you know,
Yes, big up, Chanel, Pang with the $5 super sticker.
that's my big
Ras-
sister.
That's your big sister.
Yes, I.
Big up yourself, big sister. Yeah, man. But I cut off there. I let the people know the Instagram and how they, the process to look on the catalog of things and how they can support. And I want the I report forward to I at least one or two sales. If the item embarrass I, not go vex. All right. Uh, why we are called Lion Pride and we not no power. We have to have power out here. We have built a 30,000 the Lion Pride almost, So we must can, if everyone, I want to make some millionaire off of this program because if 30
Yes, I.
spend $10 with each guest, can you imagine everybody come on the platform? Nice. So that's my vision for the platform. We might not,
True,
it
true.
might take us a while, but let the people know how they can support the eye.
Yes, I. So the item can reach I on Instagram, at loveandlight_Jamaica. Um, Once you visit the page, you will see where there's a WhatsApp, so you can press on it and it will send you straight to the WhatsApp number and everything. Once you go on the WhatsApp now, then you'll be able to see the catalog. That's the different like offerings that I have, different designs, and even when you visit the page, you will be able to see, within the highlights and the page post, pretty much what I advertise that I do. The item is, able to personalize and customize their own shirts, from tie and dye, from bleach design to customized design. So, we'll make it available for everybody, so not just what me I offer, but for what the item actually want to just the same. Make sure to follow the Life Yard 360 page and the Empress
Yes.
Circle page, you know. Support us even if it's just by reposting, commenting, liking stuff, make sure to visit us on the media, you know. It's like
Powerful, powerful, powerful. This is the powerful Empress Tiana. This is not the last time. We spoke with Empress Tiana for our New Year special with Rasabuki and Kadamawi Knife. If you haven't seen that, you can go into the archive and watch that. Um, this is our first time really getting her story, and as I say, we wanted her to kick off the live portion of our Women's Month offerings. We have some big surprises this month, great interviews. We're not just going to be in Jamaica. We have Rastafari Sisters from different sections that will be featured this month. So keep it locked on the platform. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. We drop our first Lion Talk with Sister Colleen Douglas, who is a marketing and publicity PR expert. Um, and she is very active within the Rastafari community. The first clip we just dropped of her Lion Talk episode, very powerful. So check that out if you have not had a chance to check out that. We're going to be flooding the airwaves with Rastafari women voices. So, um, and then we're going to have a panel for Empress Men and Earth Strong. So, which is April 3rd. So this is going to continue right till April 3rd. All women, all month. So support the movement, Rastafari Independent Non-Aligned Media. If you can join our Patreon, become part of the economic engine. We are not stopping here. We want to build Rastafari animation, Rastafari blockbuster film, Rastafari documentaries, Rastafari news program. This is why I call it the Lion Voice Network, because we're not just going to stop uh, here on YouTube. Big up I Never Knew TV. We also have a program on I Never Knew TV. You can go over there and check out some of our interviews on that platform as well. But we are not stopping, family. We are going all the way. We're going to build a full production studio on the continent. From where does Empress Tiana do her works? Last question. Where do you do your work?
In Kingston, Jamaica. You know,
Okay. And
no
just
physical store at the moment, just, we're kicking off online. We do attend vending events, so I normally, advertise that on the page. So, the items still get a full experience in person, supporting the movement and things. So I operate within Kingston, but also we do, working on international shipments, along with we do island wide delivery within Jamaica. So
yeah,
yes,
give thanks. And also, she's very active in the Southside community with Life Yard as well, on the social works as well. So she's really, like I said, is one of our gems. This is a sister who's a battlefield tested Empress. She's in the inner cities, not just talking about Rastafari work. She's fulfilling the creed, dealing with our vulnerable young people, especially young women in the inner city communities. This is one of the sisters who out there and I deal with it that way there. So I can't stop, sing our praises. And again, I have to big up Rasta Buki, Ras Eyeball, all of the Life Yard family them who are doing the work, and sometimes they don't get the accolades. They're quietly working and they're not looking accolades, but I have to big them up. And that's one of the reasons that I rise up this platform so that we can kick down the thought that Rastafari just burn and we just run out on a stage and we now do not know. There are Rastafari brethren and sisters who are doing the work, fulfilling the creed, living the example that was set by Kanamari Haile Selassie the first and Empress was Zero Menen. So I really just give thanks for the eye. Give thanks for all of the Lion Pride. Remember to stay tuned. Special episode coming for the 30,000. I think this Saturday we're gonna have our live episode for the 30,000 where we're going to invite the Lion Pride to come in and hold a joy with us as we did for the 10,000 and the 20,000. So stay tuned for that this Saturday. I think by Saturday we should hit the 30,000. Stay tuned for all of the, like I said, female centric content that we have this month. We are just getting started. This is the fastest growing Rastafari network on the planet, and we are not going to stop. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
The time has come for the lioness to tell her own story.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice. Rastafari.
This is Mama Thea of Asli Pure, and when I want to hear the story from the lion and the lioness, I listen to Lion Voice with Kwasi Bonsu.
Greetings. I'm Sister Aisha Diana Conwood, currently the Assistant Commissioner of Agriculture for the U.S. Virgin Islands. Time for the lioness to roar. This is the lion's voice. Lioness, let's roar, lion pour.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Lamb's voice. Now put it. I Jolly for said that.
I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. She's like the flowers in my garden, and her heart has never